Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast with Jay Gordon Duncan. And if you're wondering why the J, the answer is I'm not a bagpipe player. And if that joke doesn't make any sense, I encourage you to check out episode 0, where I explain that joke, as well as the purpose of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast, where we talk about faith, family, fitness, finances, and sometimes fun. Well, friends, with the background and the dinging computer and all the other things going on, you can see that I'm at the home office recording this week's episode because it's the week between Christmas and New Year's. So, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. I wasn't in the office where the recording studio is, and so I'm in the basement. So, you get me in my morning glory here with the hat and the jacket and just taking it easy. And if you could see the unblurred background behind me, it is chaos because we take the time between Christmas and New Year's to sort and declutter. We've already made trips to Goodwill. We've already thrown out a bunch of stuff. And so behind me is just the remnants of craziness. And I don't know why I keep trying to straighten my hat, but I am. So anyway, we're going to get that craziness decluttered and taken care of in the next day or two. So it's okay. But welcome, friends. Thank you so much. And you know what? Again, just gotta say thank you. You guys just continue to listen and listen, like and subscribe. Last week I had the Just What I'm Thankful For on Christmas episode, very personal episode. So if you didn't get a chance to listen to that, please go check it out. But I want to say thank you. The responses, the comments, the likes, all the things that you guys do. Thank you. We are again slowly getting to episode 500. The plans are coming in place. I'm incredibly excited about episode 500. Can't wait to tell you what I have planned. But we are less than 2 months away from 500 episodes. You guys have been here a long time. Thank you. Thank you so much. But what I'd like to do this week is something I've never done before. This episode for the Capitalize Your Best group is going to drop on New Year's Eve. For everyone else, it goes on New Year's Day. And so I do want to focus on New Year's, but I'm going to focus on what's in and what's out in 2024. Purely my opinion. What's in and what's out. And I'm going to discuss what I think in and out culturally, and I'm going to make some things that are in and out for me. But before we jump in, I just want to let you know that if you would like to get a good start on your new year, I have created the Capitalize Your Best Life program. This is my very first personal coaching program. The Capitalize Your Best program focuses on marketing and revenue creation. But this one focuses on the areas of the theme of the podcast. We talk about fitness and we talk about spirituality. We talk about relationships and personal finances. And in this program, it's a 90-day focus. Every day you get a professionally recorded video, you get a Capitalize Your Best Life journal, and the goal is for a 90-day period. Great to start at the beginning of the year, and you can start at any time, but it's a great way to get started and experience growth in those areas. You get personal coaching, group coaching, you get the 90 videos. It's a lot. I'm going to include that link in the show notes, so please check it out. And I would love for you to jump into it. So if you are excited about starting your new year with purpose and direction, I encourage you to check out the Capitalize Your Best Life program. But now let's jump into what's in and what's out. Again, I am just purely my opinion about what I think is in and out culturally. And then I'm going to alternate that with what's in and out on things that I have decided are in and out for myself this year. So I've got a page here. I got the Capitalize Your Best journal right here. I've got them written out. Let's jump in. These are bouncing back between business and just cultural stuff. So what's in and out first? What is in I think is entrepreneurial opportunity. I don't think there's going to be any slowdown of entrepreneur opportunity as we move into 2024. The economy still has its challenges, and though I think personally there's going to be a little bit of improvement in 2024, usually is what happens during an election cycle. I still think people are going to look for opportunities to either make additional income, side income, or even replace their career with a brand new entrepreneur opportunity. So I think those things are going to increase. People are going to look for, hey, how can I purposefully create extra income? I think that's in. What I think is out is what a good friend of mine, Nancy, calls Entrepreneurs Anonymous. I think what's out are going to be the people who don't take entrepreneurship seriously. Now, this is always going to exist. There's always going to be people who don't take it seriously. They sign up for a program or they start doing direct sales, nothing wrong with that, but they sign up for it and they don't take it seriously, or they say they own a business and don't actually work hard at it. I think that's out. Now, does that mean people are not going to have that approach to their businesses? Nah, people are always going to have that approach. But I think there's going to be a greater distance between the people who take owning a business seriously and the people who don't. I think the gap is going to widen. And I think what's going to happen is that folks who don't take their entrepreneur seriously are going to wind up clustering, and the folks who do are going to cluster, and the gap is going to be wider. So I think that's going to happen for networking events. I think it's going to happen online. So I think what's in is opportunity to be an entrepreneur. What's out are the entrepreneur anonymous, the folks who say they're business owners, but they don't act like business owners. So I think that is in and out. Now, excuse me one second. Let me turn this down. Now, out, I'm going to speak personally. I think what's in and out for me personally in 2024 is greater honesty with people who want to grow. What I've experienced in my seminars, specifically in the real estate industry, is that the more honest I am with the realities of the economy and the environment and the market, and the more honest I am with the people in the industry, the more they appreciate it and the more they grow. And so, as a coach, as a marketing coach, as a business coach, I'm going to be more honest with people who want to grow, and I'm going to be more straightforward in those things. That's in for me. Now, what's out for me is just less interaction with people who don't want to grow. If people don't want to grow, I'm just going to interact with them less. I think that I'm happy to meet with people. I'm happy to grab coffee, but those hour-long lunches are going to be 30-minute, 15-minute coffees. I think pursuing people online is going to be more of a pursuit of people who want to seriously grow. There's nothing wrong with that, but as my business grows, as my goals increase, where I focus my energies, I'm gonna put more energy and more honesty with people who want to grow, and there's gonna be less interaction for me with people who don't want to grow. If you want to grow, I'm excited. Let's come together and let's talk about it. If you want to grow your business or you want to grow personally, let's do that. If you don't, there's great people to hang out with, but I probably won't be hanging out. I think the conservation of my energy is going to be focused on people who want to grow and less so with people who don't. So let me check that off. That's in and out. After me, let's now talk about what I think is going on culturally. I think what's in is holistic health, and what is out is hyper focused. Let me explain what I mean by that. You guys have, some of you have followed my epilepsy journey, and most of what I have talked about has been my running on my Toughness Groove page, now renamed Capitalize Your Best Life. But if you've noticed, I've moved more into talking about journaling, yoga, other forms of exercise, because my focus is still running. That's always going to be my focus, but I want to have more of a holistic health approach. And again, that was part of my motivation for starting the Capitalize Your Best Life program. But I don't think that's just me. I think culturally, a holistic approach to health is going to become more and more popular and more attractive to people. People do want to set individual achievements in individual areas. And if you're a bodybuilder or an endurance runner or whatever the case may be, you do have to put a lot of focus in that area to achieve. But I think a holistic health approach is going to become more and more attractive. Conversely, I think what's out is just a hyper focus, where all you talk about is lift weights, lift weights, lift weights, or you talk about running. Those things are great, but after a while, it just becomes an echo chamber. And I think people are beginning to realize that if you want success in that individual area, you've got to have a holistic approach. You've got to take those moments for yoga and stretching and meditation and prayer, whatever your the balanced approach is. So I think what's in is a holistic approach to health, and what's out is a hyper a focus to health. So I think that's my prediction for the culture. Now, one for me personally. What's in for me is more content across more platforms and done at a quality approach. I was meeting with someone and I was talking about tripling the amount of content that Capitalized Marketing does. And he said, well, you should, that tripling, that number you have, that total number is probably what you need to be doing for one platform, not all your platform combined. It blew my mind. I was adding up all the content we do in a month. And for example, we do about 250 pieces of content a month across multiple platforms. And I was telling him I wanted to triple that to 750. And he said, 750 is what you need to be doing on Twitter alone in a month. You need to not triple your content, you need to 10x your content. So then I began thinking, well, how can I do that? And like, for example, when we created the Capitalize Your Best Life program, I recorded 90 videos in one session, and they look great. And I got not just the 90 videos, but I got B-roll from it. So now I'm creating batch content like that now. So a couple of days after this episode comes out, I'm going to record in another 90 pieces of content, great looking video content, more B-roll. And so my goal is to create more content for greater impact and also increase the quality. That's what's in for me. Out is worrying about overexposure, because there's no such thing. It's so hard to be found on any algorithm, on any platform. And if your content is good and making an impact, people want it. No one has ever said, I want less quality content. And so the algorithm, weeds out who and what wants to follow your content. So the people who don't want to follow you are not going to follow you. You won't have people hanging around for so quality and then leaving because you have more quality. The problem is the so quality. So if you put out good quality content, people are going to want to consume it. So for me, what's in is greater content. What's out is worrying about overexposure. What's the old quote from Quiet Riot? I want to be overrated. That'd be wonderful if everybody knew me that much. So I remember one time Damon John on Shark Tank, they were talking about high value, high price clothing. He goes, man, I wish I was in Walmart. Wish I had a Walmart deal, because he recognizes that he can make an impact on a broad scale if he gets the opportunity. So in, more content; out, worrying about overexposure. So that's me. Now let's go back to the culture. I think what's in is seminar learning, and what's out are massive conferences. Now, let me say that both are going to exist, but in, seminar learning; out is massive conferences. Last year, I was privileged to do 31 masterminds and 20 seminars. And I'm very thankful for that. I think what I'm going to be doing is more seminars and less masterminds, but that, I'm not talking me personally. What I noticed in that people want that more intimate 20 to 50 to maybe even 100-person seminar model, because they get interaction with the speaker and the people there and the networking opportunities. And I think that's rising. And whereas there are always going to be massive conferences, the conferences that bring in thousands of people, I think those are going to be less attractive. I think those are going to be reserved for the big name folks, the folks who contract $5,000-$10,000. I mean, I've been to the 10,000 10x Growth Con. I was at the 35,000 10x Growth Con. Those things are fun. They really are. But I think they're less attractive to people because you don't get as much interaction with the experts. And sometimes it's harder to make the one-on-one contacts that make a difference. So I think what's in is seminar models. And I'm excited. Just yesterday, we agreed on 2 more seminars. So already in 2024, we have already been personally invited to 8 seminars, which I'm incredibly excited about. I think those are in, and I think out are the massive conferences. People are going to be less inclined to spend that kind of money. They're still there, but I think they're going to be reserved for like the big names of whatever field you're in. So got 2 more. This one's me. So in is more, I want to create more resources, specifically physical resources. And what's out is thinking about it and not creating them. So here's what I mean. I'm excited that we've got these digital resources, the Capitalize Your Best Life program, for example, and the Capitalize Your Best program. But I want to create physical resources, not just books, but like workbooks, 3-ring binders that you can work through that are attractive. I want to go to networking meetings and have a bag full of these $99, workbooks that people can practically get into, to give people a gateway into growth and learning before maybe they're ready to buy a big program. So I've got those in mind. I've got resources I can put together. So in for me is creating more resources, specifically physical resources. What's out is thinking about it and not doing it. I've got these ideas all the time, but I've got a plan in place to create these things, and I'm pretty excited about it. So, for me personally, in creating more resources, specifically physical resources, and what's out is thinking about it and not doing it. Done with that. So, finally, my last one is culturally. I think what's in is collaboration, and what's out is selfish networking. Now, these things are going to continue on no matter what, but I think there's going to be more value about connecting with people who mutually benefit each other, who can say, hey, let's collaborate together, or even more like specifically like mentoring, like, hey, can we get together? I'd love to get some wisdom from you and see if I can help you in any way. I think that's going to have a rise in value. And I think what's out is just the selfish networking, that cannibalistic networking, where you go to an event. The only reason to go to that event is I got to get business, I got to get business, and that kind of thing. Those things will always exist. But I think the value for people who want to grow relationally in their businesses in is collaboration, partnering with each other, or specific networking for mentorship. And what's out is that selfish networking where people are just on the look for, how can I grab business? How can I grab business? Business will come when you offer value and you collaborate with folks. So, friends, those are my ins and outs. It's a combination of what's in and out for me and what I think is in and out for the culture. It's a combination of personal stuff, physical fitness, business, community wise, relationship, kind of covers all the areas of the This Is Going to Hurt podcast. I do encourage you, if you want to take that next step, about doing some of these things yourselves, is check out the link in the show notes for the Capitalize Your Best Life program. It's super affordable for 2024. It's super personal. You get 90 videos. You get a video sent to you every day, guiding you on your journey. You get one-on-one and group coaching. I think you should check it out. I think it's going to have a big benefit for a lot of people. I was excited to create it and now to implement it. Guys, thank you. As always, I hope you have a wonderful new year. Happy New Year's. Be safe. And I hope you achieve those goals and have the relationships of quality that you've always wanted. I can't wait to see you again next week. Thanks, friends.